2026 is right around the corner and everybody's going to be writing their New Year's resolution. But the thing is, most people write their goals wrong. That's why they give up on them after a couple of weeks. And that's because they don't use these four techniques, which make any goal way simpler to achieve. Not easier, but simpler. There's a difference. And in this video, I'll teach you how to write your goals to succeed. Most people write goals that are way too vague, meaning you're aiming in a general direction, but you don't know where to exactly aim. You can't hit a bullseye if you don't have one. Okay, for example, people say I want to have abs, but that's not specific enough. Try, I want to get to 75 kg at 15% body fat. First of all, that's measurable, meaning you can track your progress, which is extremely important by the way. And second of all, it's much more specific, meaning you know where to actually aim, you know where you're heading. Now the second point, which is a mistake that everybody does, okay, is not putting a time restraint on your goals. That's just a dream. I want to do this, I want to do that, but if you don't have a deadline, you're not going to achieve it. You're just going to procrastinate forever. And I mean, that's why you need to put time restraint, meaning, okay, I want to get 75 kg at 15% body fat by October, by November. But you need to have a deadline. Now the third tip is more important than the previous two. And let's say you already have a specific goal and you already put a deadline for that goal. What are you actually going to do to achieve it? Instead of just writing the end result as your goal, try to write the actionable steps you will take to get to that goal. So, for example, if you want to get A plus in all your subjects, instead of writing that as your goal, try I want to study for 5 hours every day. Now this does two things. The first thing is it makes the goal more measurable and trackable, just like the first step, which is honestly incredibly important, and it's a bonus step in and of itself. Because if your goal is trackable, you can see how much progress you've done, and you can see if you're on track to actually get to your goal by the deadline, or if you need to put in more work to actually get there. And it keeps you more motivated because you're seeing yourself getting closer to your goal, so it helps you keep going. Now the second thing that this does is arguably more, actually it's definitely more important, and it takes the pressure off of you, because the result isn't always in your hands. Sometimes things get out of your control. So for the previous example of getting A plus in all your subjects, it's not always in your control. Let's say you've done all the studying you need to do. You've studied 5 hours a day, every day for the whole semester. And then on the day of your final exam, there's a huge traffic jam because some accident happens or whatever, and you get to the exam hall late and they deny you from taking the exam. Now in this situation, this was completely out of your control and you couldn't do anything about it. So does this count as you not achieving your goal? I don't think so, because you did all the work you needed to do and the result just didn't come. Now the final tip is to avoid the trap that most people fall in, especially at the start of the new year when writing your New Year's resolution, because you're very excited and you have a lot of ambition for the new year and you want to achieve a lot of goals. So you end up writing a lot of goals down, and that's a big problem, because in a few weeks this ambition and excitement will turn into you being overwhelmed because you don't know where to start, because you have a lot of goals and you need to do a lot of tasks to achieve them.